one house, one forbidden secret, and a desire that ruined them all. A mother named Feli is suffering from serious illness, and she is being taken care of by her husband Dante and their son Conrad. Their youngest son, Rolando, arrives, and Dante tells him that his mother only has about 2 months left to live. Rolando suggests bringing her to Manila for treatment, but his father refuses, saying he doesn't want his wife to suffer any longer. Rolando has no choice but to cry and accept their mother's fate. On their way home, Feli asks if she can see the rice fields one last time, so they all go out together. Her final wish for her children is to take care of their father and support him. She also asks Conrad not to go abroad anymore and instead help at the farm. When they arrive home, they're greeted by Conrad's girlfriend, Sol. Feli feels sad knowing she won't get to see Rolando graduate, even though he's about to finish his studies next year. During dinner, Dante talks about their financial problems. They lost a lot of money after Conrad got scammed by an illegal recruiter, and to pay for Feli's hospital bills, he had to mortgage their rice mill. He asks his children to help in the farm and to be careful with their expenses. Despite their situation, Dante says he hired a nurse to take care of Feli, which surprises everyone, especially since Sol is already helping. Dante insists he wants a trained nurse to care for his wife. Sol tells Conrad they can't survive on the small salary his father gives. Conrad replies that he can't ask for a raise since their rice mill is already mortgaged. Sol warns him not to get her pregnant while they're still struggling. Conrad assures her that the farm will eventually be his, but Sol points out that it might take a long time since his father is still strong. The next day, Dante leaves to pick up the nurse. While he's gone, Rolando takes care of his mother, and Conrad works on the farm. Later, Dante arrives with the nurse, a young woman wearing striking red sandals. Her name is Alice, and Sol is surprised by how beautiful she is. Dante wakes his wife and introduces her as the daughter of his late friend. Feli thanks Alice for agreeing to take care of her, and Alice says she couldn't refuse her father's friend. While checking Feli's blood pressure, Feli asks if Alice has a boyfriend. When she says no, Feli suggests that she and Rolando would make a good match. Meanwhile, Sol tells the others about the nurse and how unusual it is that she's wearing red sandals. Rolando jokes that maybe she's even wearing red underwear, making his brother laugh. When Dante arrives, Rolando asks to be introduced to the nurse, but Dante tells him to focus on his work instead. When the brothers see Alice at home, they are both stunned by her beauty, though their meeting is brief as Dante soon takes her home. Rolando later asks his mother about her, and Feli says she is kind and caring. Conrad encourages his brother to court her, and Feli agrees, saying they look perfect together. But unknown to them, Dante has already been secretly involved with Alice. After an intimate encounter, Dante admits he's starting to regret hiring her as his wife's nurse. Alice reminds him that he paid for her education, and it's only right that she repays him by taking care of his wife. Dante insists that someday they won't have to hide their relationship, but Alice says they need to be careful for now. When Dante returns home, he and Feli have a heartfelt conversation. Feli tells him that when she's gone, he should choose a decent woman who their children will respect. Dante tells her not to say things like that, but she insists it's reality. He lies beside her and holds her until she falls asleep. The next morning, Dante tries to wake her up, but she has already passed away. Soon after, Feli is laid to rest. Everyone, especially Rolando, is devastated. Back home, Dante says that although he feels sadness, there's also a sense of relief knowing his wife is no longer suffering. Life slowly returns to normal. One night, the brothers come home and are surprised to see food already prepared. They are even more shocked when they find out that Alice cooked it. Dante casually announces that from now on, Alice will be staying with them. His children exchange looks, unable to believe how quickly their father has moved on. One night, Rolando and Alice cross paths in the kitchen. They stare at each other silently. After handing her a glass, Rolando quickly leaves. Alice wonders if he's afraid of her, but Dante explains that his son is just a mama's boy. Dante even jokes that it's a good thing Alice isn't into men her age, especially since both his sons are handsome. Alice teasingly replies that Dante is still more handsome, and their playful moment quickly turns intimate again. The next day, after Dante leaves, Rolando sneaks into his room, smells Alice's underwear, tries on his father's watch, and plays with his gun. But when he hears Alice coming, he quickly puts everything back. Alice later bathes outside, accidentally leaving the door open. Rolando secretly watches her from afar, unable to look away. During breakfast, Conrad gets angry because he doesn't like scrambled eggs. Dante says Alice cooked it, so he should eat it, but Conrad storms out. At the rice mill, Alice brings food for the men. Rolando happily thanks her, but Conrad angrily tells her to stop bringing them food. After she leaves, Rolando asks why he's always angry at her. Conrad says people in town are already talking, and he feels ashamed. That night, Sol shares that she got a job as a sales lady, but Dante gets angry because it's connected to the mall that wants to buy their land. Later, Conrad comes home drunk and argues with his father. He accuses Dante of disrespecting their mother by bringing another woman into the house so soon after her death. Dante reminds him that he owns the house, and if they don't like it, they're free to leave. The next day, Dante watches Alice washing his car with a smile. Conrad sees this and becomes even more irritated. Rolando glances at Alice, but quickly looks away when he notices his father watching from above. A businessman later arrives to buy rice at a low price, but Dante refuses. Meanwhile, protests break out as the mayor sells the marketplace for a new mall. The brothers visit their mother's grave. Conrad reveals that Dante has been with Alice for 2 years already, even before their mother died. Furious, they start thinking of ways to get Alice out of the house. Rolando later tries to seduce Alice, but she gets angry, accidentally breaking a plate. That night, Alice overhears Rolando apologizing to Conrad for failing their plan. Conrad tells him not to hesitate next time and just take action. As their financial problems worsen, Dante sells his watch and one of his cars. He even takes Conrad's car keys and tells him to just ride a bicycle. Later, Conrad arrives home and sees Alice alone. Unable to control himself, he forces himself on her. At first, she resists, but eventually gives in. Rolando arrives and, seeing them come out of the room, punches his brother. Conrad stops him and says he was just following their plan. One night, Sol is in the kitchen preparing dinner when Dante, drunk, suddenly grabs her in the dark. Fortunately, Rolando arrives and stops him. Dante apologizes, blaming it on alcohol. Rolando asks Sol not to tell Conrad, and she agrees. The next day, the mall owner offers to buy Dante's land again, but Dante refuses unless they double the price. One night, Conrad is again with Alice. While Dante is drinking with a friend, Rolando tells him what's happening. Dante rushes home and catches them in the act. A violent fight breaks out between father and son. In a fit of rage, Dante grabs his gun and shoots Conrad in front of everyone. Sol, overwhelmed, grabs a knife and repeatedly stabs Dante in revenge. With both his father and brother gone, the house and farm are left to Rolando. He meets the businessman and sells the property. Afterward, he goes to the rice field and spends the day with Alice. It is then revealed that everything was planned from the beginning. Rolando and Alice orchestrated everything. Her relationship with Dante, her seduction of Conrad, and even the events that led to their deaths. On the day of the crime, Rolando even gave Sol the knife to ensure she would act. All of it was to eliminate the entire family and claim the inheritance. After selling the land, Rolando buys an engagement ring and proposes to Alice. She happily accepts, and the two share a passionate kiss. In the end, Rolando and Alice achieve everything they wanted and live happily ever after. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our latest recaps.